Now then YouTube, it's me again, Yorkshire Lad, with another video. And it's my regrets video, but I'll get to that in a minute. If I click that notification bell, please, and click all, that'll let you know when I'm uploading again. Like, please, comment, please, share, please, to X, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, and all these other goodies, and subscribe. We like that because it don't cost a note. Anyway, I hope everybody's staying safe and that, and managing with this windy weather wherever you are, because it's been bad over my way in Yorkshire. So bad with rain and wind, but it looks all right now, but it's right windy still. But enough about weather report. Yeah, I've got another regrets video because one of my subscribers asked me to do a regrets video because he likes my life experience, not in a sadistic way, just likes to hear about my life experience, what I've had and regrets and stuff. So if you could get us to 10-15 likes, much appreciated. I know it's a bit crappy with light and that, but it's the best thing I can do at the moment. And it's like I'm filming this at like 7:10 in the morning nearly, so early ones. I've been up since 5 this month. I also get up at 5 o'clock through the week. So yeah, so right, that's enough about my routine and weather report. So we'll crack on now. Like, you know, I've got my own dog walking and pet sitting business, which is going all right anyway, thank you. Whether you're interested or not, I don't know, but that's by the by. So sometimes when I've gone to clients and I've took the dogs out and that, and then I've come back, I've had a walk through my local town, because we haven't got many charity shops now. We've got a few, and like I say, I'm lucky because I've got cash converters, cash generator, CEX, and then I've got a local like independent game shop called Electric Town. So anyway, a few weeks ago, I've been to take one of clients' dogs out, and I were on my way back through town, my town, as we call it, or my way town, and called into a couple of charity shops. Didn't see no. Called into CEX, and they had a couple of nice like limited edition consoles, not box though. There were an Xbox One X, and it were like it was Cyberpunk limited edition one, which I'm after that. So I asked them if I could have a look at it. Anyway, it were a bit grubby and a bit like scratched and everything, so I didn't bother. Anyway, I thought no more about it. Anyway, didn't pick note up. Anyway, I went a bit further, went to cash converters. No, cash generator first. I had a look in there, and they had an Xbox One X boxed, £239.99, so 240 quid, which I thought wasn't a bad price for a box then. And I were ruining an herring. Anyway, I didn't bother. And then I went in cash converters. Had a look in there, and they had a couple of limited edition PlayStation 4s and an Xbox One X, but it wasn't boxed. Oh, it was boxed, sorry. And they were only wanting 240 quid. Now, I was wondering, because I'm wondering whether there's something wrong with it or not, so I didn't bother. Anyway, I thought no more about it. Anyway, about 3 days after, I was coming back through town again. Did same as other week. Well, a few days ago. Went again. Anyway, I thought to myself, I'm going to go in and see about that Xbox Series X and see why it was that cheap. Anyway, it wasn't windy when I saw it first time. Anyway, I went again. Anyway, it gone. So I went in, saw one of the lads. I says, there knows that Xbox Series X that they had in window. He says, oh, that, which one? I says, that one what were about 240 quid something. He says, oh yeah. I said, what they out wrong with it? He says, no. I says, so why were it that cheap? He says, it was just missing controller. I says, that it? He went, yeah. I says, well, is that all then? Controller were missing. He went, yeah. So I says, what did that? So if controller had been there, it'd have taken it up to nearly like, or just over 300 quid. He says, yeah, because they're pretty expensive, them controllers. So I thought, marvellous. He says, why were you interested? I went, yeah. He says, yeah, it'd only been out for about 4 days and then somebody snaffled it up. Marvellous story of my life, that. He says, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I said, no, don't worry about it. It's not your fault. I says, so anyway, I thought no more about it. So yeah, so that's something else I missed out on. So I went to go and have a look at these other limited edition consoles, and they'd all gone as well. So it's story of my life, that, but hey ho. So that's another My Regrets video. So thank you so much for support, comments, likes and everything, shares. And until next time, that knows what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it with us. That'll do for us, right? 1, 2, 3. I'll say the thank you very much.